We're premiering movies from our Film Lab project, which we help bring to life. So Film Lab really is about telling stories, African stories by Africans. Because what we realize as an organization is a lot of stories, a lot of movies that get made in Africa don't really reflect the African continent. So what we decided to do is equip emerging independent filmmakers with the knowledge, the skills, and more importantly, the networks that they need to be able to bring their stories to life. Among the key lessons that we've learned from the last few months that we've done the Film Lab project is really the importance of collaboration. From the very beginning, we were very intentional about what we wanted to do with Film Lab, which was we wanted collaboration among the filmmakers, but also for them to learn from different cultures, different people, experts who've been there and done it all before. So we've got a group of experts who are Nigeria-based, who understand the Nigerian context. They've gone through, they've thrived in Nigeria. But also we've got UK filmmakers who've also sharing their lessons from the international angle. How has it worked in the UK? What has been some of the challenges? And when we bring that together, the Nigerian passion, the UK expertise that we've brought on board, together we've come up with a really, really fantastic project. And I'm sure when you see the 10 films that we're premiering today, you agree that they reflect not just a Nigerian story, but really they've got an international outlook in their quality and creativity.
So I think culture generally is our way of life, right? So what that means is that you can't avoid it while creating content. And that is obviously a key part of the content that's been generated for Film Lab Africa. And we also got creators from Nigeria. So they're definitely going to be developing content that's around the Nigerian story, regardless of the different. We know there are different stories to the Nigerian existence, as it were. And that's something that we are prioritizing, yeah. So for British Council, our work is focused on building sustainable livelihoods for young people, ensuring that we allow young people get an opportunity at employability, good employability, and then also build enterprises where where they choose to decide to be entrepreneurs, right? So one of the things that we've done with our arts portfolio is enhance the capacity of young artists in a way that they can end up setting up their own practice and earning money from that. Because at the end of the day, what you want is young people who are earning something from their work and also enjoying, obviously, what they're doing. And that's something that we're deliberate about, building the capacity of young people in enterprise, and then also building their capacity in protecting their own content and making sure that all that content, that the creativity is not lost, that they get money from that investment, yeah.
I think I'm very, very excited. I think it's this is a accumulation of hard work. I mean, it's been like almost 2 years in the planning. We started this in February. Almost 1,000 people applied. 60 people were selected. Over 30 mentors across the world and Nigeria. It's been a lot of work. But we are grateful. We are grateful. We do this for the love of the art, so we are grateful. Film Lab is a business accelerator program. We are focused on business. We've always said that the number one problem in Nollywood, as far as I'm concerned, is Nollywood has a revenue problem. And the reason we have a revenue problem, even though everybody says we have a production problem, but I'm saying no. We have a revenue problem because we don't treat ourselves as businesses. We treat ourselves as individuals. And that is why money comes into Nigeria and are giving money to the tech guys. The tech guys are getting all the money because they treat themselves as businesses. When a tech guy has an idea, the first thing is to set up a business that houses that idea. And then he tests that idea to see whether it has market fit. And then he creates the product. And then they try to scale the product. And then they try to raise finance. And they're acting as a business. But in Nigeria, it is me as the producer, me as the director, me as me, and then I make films until I cannot make films anymore, and then I start to beg for people to give me money because I'm sick. We have to move away from that. So the Film Lab project is about creative entrepreneurship. We are teaching you to create sustainable businesses. And because it's a British Council-sponsored event, it means that it is Nigeria and Britain. So with the BFI, the BAFTA, we are looking at how we can also encourage co-productions. whereby filmmakers in Nigeria can partner with filmmakers in the UK, can partner with filmmakers in Nigeria, and we can go into co-production to create films that will benefit the local audience as well as the international audience through the UK.
The collaboration with British Council and Film Lab Africa, ADCS, NIFS, for me, it's, very good for the industry. And just to answer your question, what they are doing to empower and to elevate young and emerging filmmakers going across Nigeria, I think it's something that is very, very commendable. And building capacity, we're also very big on building capacity. So with NIFS, what we've always said is let's bring a balance. There's always this focus on the creative side. So we are on the business. So that's why we've been having high-level conversations since morning. So just also build capacity. So they are building capacity, we are building capacity, and we are all trying to, our goals are similar, right? To help to develop the next, generation of filmmakers. Tomorrow we have a workshop for scriptwriters in partnership with the US consulates in Lagos. And those are all our efforts towards, building the ecosystem, the film ecosystem in Nigeria. And I think that what Film Lab is doing, right, there's need for consistency. We've not heard the announcement, but we're looking forward to the announcement and hoping that they can continue to build on what they've started.
For me, it's nurturing people. People that will not have the chance to learn this much. There are a lot of talented people in the industry, emerging filmmakers that don't know left and right. They know they want to make films, but things that you will learn in 5 years, imagine learning it in 3 months. Imagine learning it by just being in the same room with a Yinka Ogun, being in the same room with a Tolu Ajayi, being in the same room with Kemi Adetiba. And that's what Film Lab Africa offers. I've been in the creative entrepreneurship space, working with young and emerging filmmakers, teaching film. And I see that when people go through this sort of program, learning, mentorship, training, it opens their eyes. And one of the things that would make me to continue this, and work in partnership with stakeholders is the fact that you can see the results. You can see people making films, you can see people growing. And one of the important things with Film Lab Africa is when you're making a film, there is a transfer of knowledge to other people. So you've learned on Film Lab Africa, but you're also working with other filmmakers, with a sound man, you're working with a new crew, and that's impacting on your own immediate community. You can imagine that ripple effect. And for me, that's what I love to see, that people are walking into that establishment, knowing what they are doing, connecting with opportunities to do business, and to also support people that are around them as well. Yeah.
The Film Lab Africa has been an incredible journey, right? We've had to engage 60 filmmakers, 20 has received grants to make short films, and it's great to just see the power of the film and TV sector in Nigeria and in Africa, and to see that we are giving young filmmakers the opportunity to tell their stories and giving them that platform to showcase their creativity, their talent to the entire world is something that I personally am particularly proud of. We are creating the platform for the next generation of filmmakers. We want Film Lab Africa to be a testament of this is an opportunity and I could get it. I didn't need to make it through connections. I got it, of course, because my creativity stood out, because I put in the work. So this is my message to every creative: put in the work, and there are amazing platforms like Film Lab Africa that will make sure that your work is seen and is appreciated. And you make good money from it as well.
This program is very comprehensive. We did the learning, right? We produced the films. Now we're showcasing them to the world. Whatever opportunities that come from here is now left for the filmmaker to make. What we've done is show them the ropes, support them to build, a part of their dream. At this point in time, we hand it back to the filmmaker. The filmmaker needs to make a decision, needs to build a profile. All of those things are things that we can't help them with. We're going to be busy helping the next set of filmmakers to help them level up, so that they can have an opportunity like these ones. Oh yes, one thing I can say is we're going to be working on the stories more. So what we did was we asked them to bring stories and we workshopped it. But I feel like there's a place for a story lab in this film lab. So we're going to be starting with story labs, and we're going to be helping a lot of writers, a lot of producers workshop their films to the point where they're ready to shoot.